Let's wait a few minutes, see if we gather up any more folks before we turn down and work on this. I'm going to make a necklace using this last, well, not with that crystal. I'm going to have to get a new one out because that one's on the floor. But we're going to use this piece that we took off the necklace that we made the bracelet out of. So this is our last remaining good size piece. So we're going to make a necklace out of it. And this chain, which was along the bottom of this necklace, when it was originally a necklace, I'm going to cut it in half. And this is going to be the back. Now, I'm not sure it's quite as long as I want it to be to make the back, so we probably are going to do a few little things to fix that up. But I also have from the kit this magnetic clasp. Well, this magnetic clasp is an extender, actually. See how it has the magnet on both sides, but there's also a jump ring on this side and a tiny lobster claw on this side. So that makes it an extender clasp. So we'll put a regular lobster claw on as well. But like I say, we'll need to turn down in a few moments and we'll get started. I don't see where my crystal rolled off to, so we'll have to get another one, which is all right because I have a whole nother strand right up here beside me. These are the same crystals we used in the bracelet I made. So let's turn things down and I'll go over it a little bit more and we'll get started. Hi, Randy. Good to see you. Okay, so we're going to turn down. Get ready, guys. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, see here it's all our fun stuff. Now I'm going to try and get us a little bit closer, not that much. Little down, little down. Ugh, sorry, that'll have to do. Okay, so we have these crystals, the big brown ones from my FOC. Have a few little spacers and crystals, as well as this lobster claw from my stash, as well as a whole bunch of pins. These were the round jump rings I took off of the original necklace. I wasn't going to use these, but they're really strong, so I may. We'll see what I decide to do. Like I say, I lost a crystal, so we'll have to get that. So this is going to be in the back. I'm going to cut it in half. We're going to take our piece here, and we're going to hook one crystal here to the end. And then, like I say, we'll cut the chain in half, and it's going to go around like here. Then we're going to find the middle and put drop like this in the middle. Then we'll have two more on either side with just one brown bead and one crystal with a double bead cap in between. Well, one goes in here too. So that's what we're going to do with all these pretties. Like I say, I dropped a crystal, so we'll have to get that. So I think I could just hardwire these onto here, but it might be easier, especially for placement and such, if I just jump ringed them on. So that's probably what I'm going to do. And then we will put a regular lobster claw on here, but then we will put this extender lobster as well to so we can finish this off. Let's open this up. This magnetic clasp has been gathering up the chain and everything whenever it gets close to it. So it's a relatively strong one. Come on, baby. I just cut you, so you should come out with no problem. There we go. This side's off. Pull up. let go. Now put that away. Okay, so now how this works is you hook your regular lobster onto this loop on this side, and then this little lobster will hang on to your regular jump ring on the other side, so that then it becomes a magnetic clasp and it extends it about 1 inch. So I don't think we'll need any extra things, because see what I mean about that? It likes this chain. So I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to wrap all these pieces up, not these two. They're going, well, yes, because they have to be wrapped to hook on here. They'll just be wrapped differently. So you ever notice that when you get your head pins, they always seem to have at least one little bend in them? I'm going to put this little spacer here, then the crystal, then, nope, this one goes between the crystal and this one here. Now all the rest of them will end here, but this one, since it's going to be the middle one, will get the second to bead like so. So then we'll bend these over, and I'm just going to put the other ones together, especially since I'm going to have to get that crystal out for that one. See how this one has a big bend? It's so close to the end, though, I'm not going to worry about it. If it was more in the middle, I'd fix it. Come on, go down. So all the secondary ones that are going to go over on the sides here are going to look like this. So I'm going to have this one in the middle. Let's see if we can see what I'm looking at here. Bring her up. Okay. This one will go in the middle, somewhere right in here. And then we'll have this one. And then the last one on this side. We'll go over here on this side like so. Now, if we wanted to, we could also put another drop here, because I have plenty of the big brown ones. In fact, this is what I have left from my package. Just 6 of the brown ones, a little piece of chain, and these 2, I'm not sure what they are. I think they're supposed to go for over leather and stuff, either for holding it or for just for decoration. But I actually could make some earrings to sort of match these. We'll see what we decide. I might do that, because we could use this portion like this to make an earring, and then to give it some length, I could use that chain to put up on here. Might do that. We'll see if we have time when we get this necklace finished. Now I gotta still get out that last crystal. This side. Now they're all going to escape because I cut the loop. That's all right. Like I said, we might use some of them for earrings later. Now this one is bent enough it might cause some problems. So I'm just going to take my flat nose pliers and straighten the bend some. Sometimes when they have the bend, the pieces don't want to slide down onto the wire. Okay, these are these. Now, one thing I forgot to say is, like I say, these are going to go on this side and hold this chain, is we're going to use some of this chain. And because this will fold itself up like so, what we're going to do is this will hold up at the top. Then we're going to take a piece of chain and hook it to in here, go up to this chain. Then we'll go a little further over on the chain here and come back down and hook this to the bottom as well. That way it'll keep the piece pulled so that it's sort of like so. So let's put that away for right now. That'll probably be one of the last things we do. Hey Leah, hi PK. Hi Miss Tacos. Oh, have fun with that one, Randy. Hello, Deborah. Okay, so anyway, we're going to get working on this. Now, these are my regular head pins that I'm going to play that trick that I always do with when I just need a little bit of wire. And that's, I'm going to take these are the regular ones. I don't really care for them, so I'm going to just cut their heads off. Jewelry can be violent, can't it? Cut their heads off, break their necks. So we're going to take one of these. Stop bending up like that. Gonna do a regular wrap loop. That's not the ones I want. It's my stepped bell making pliers. We're going to use the smallest should be good. We're going to use the smallest one here on this side anyway. Bring her around and bring her over. And I've got it a little crooked, so we want to straighten it there. And I think we're going to see how this will work if I just hook it straight to our wire here. Now I got to make sure this is going the right way, because see, it bubbles up if it doesn't, so we have to move it over like so. This is sort of jump ringed all together. These long pieces are one piece, and then it's jump ringed at top and bottom to bring them together. And I think these are probably those same really strong jump rings that are on the other part of it. So now we want to hold this. And we're going to wrap a couple of times here. And then trim it off. And tuck it in. Now slide our bead down here. And I'm going to jump ring this on with one of these heavy jump rings to this piece. Well, maybe I won't. We'll see. Well, whatever. Let's get moving on it anyway. Over and around. Bring our stepped bell makers in, over and around, and through and over. Now here is where we see how much of a come here, little magnet, get out of the way. If this will go on here easily enough. Here we go. Come here, you. Up you go. The excess wire off here and tuck it in. So there's our start. And as you can see, that added quite a bit of length. So I don't really have to worry about the other side. But you can also see that that did let this pull down over here. Come here, you go around right. And so that's why we want that other chain to come. Go over here. So what we're going to do, like I said, is we're going to, this is a weirdo chain. It's got a double link chain in it, and it's sort of strange. But so we're going to have to be careful with it as we work with it, because we don't want to have it get it twisted. So let's put you guys up here for right now. So like I say, this is where this chain is going to come into play, because we're going to jump ring a piece from here to here, and then from the very bottom up a little further up on our other chain. This may just be just a little short one, but then we want to bring the longer chain up a little further so it'll keep these pieces pulled out when it's not laying flat. So there's that piece. Still have to wrap all these up. Come here, you guys, get out of the way. And I didn't cut this in half before, and I need to do it now so that when I put the other one on, I'm not going to have to try and do it after that. So let's get these links evened, because like I said, they're going to try to twist up because they're a double link. So right here. So the breaking point's going to be right through this one right here, it looks like. Or maybe this one. Let's see. Come here, you. Nope, that one's too far. It's going to be this one. Yep. So we have to open this one, either open this one. Looks like it might be one that will open. See here in just a second. Yep, it will. So then we'll take this side off. Oh yeah, I forgot about that little trick. Okay. Push the link back together here. And let's see what's the other one holding. This one right here. Now, if these are not quite even, I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'll just make sure that the lobster claw is on the longer side. Come on. There we go. So that we can add that extra length to the side that's shorter. So let's see if I got it relatively good here now. Pretty close. So this goes over here. And now we've got our second one here to put on. Come on, you guys, get out of the way. And once I get that done, I'm going to wind these all up and find their spots. Oh yeah, no kidding. So we'll do our bend. Jump ring, silly girl. This is our loop. Put her on this end, and I noticed with that other one that it'll roll until I do something else to make it stop rolling. So that'll be, oh come on, your other one went on so fast, and you want to be a difficult one. Okay, there we go. Now grab our link here. And wrap. Okay, stop being difficult. Tuck her in. And I just bent that, so we'll have to straighten it up. Straightened easier than I expected it to, but it's also up a little bit, so we're going to put our pliers in the link or the ring where we just finished and push the top down because it was a little bit up. And then we'll re-tuck it and re-straighten it. Now where's my loose bead? There you are. Okay, we went the opposite directions with the loops on this side, so we want to do the same here. And then we'll put the end of our chain. Excuse me. Wind this one up. Now this spot is probably the hardest wind because it's trying to go in between a number of things, and this one wound down a little bit, so I'm going to see if I can get that to fix. Sometimes my fingernails are my best tool. Come here, you. Okay, now we'll take the excess off. And tuck her in. Oops. That magnet likes everything. Okay, now we got that tucked in. See, this is what she looks like now because she's not got the other wires to pull these into place. And you're doing that little trick. Flip yourself over. There we go. Because we do need, as you could see, the other chains to pull up to this chain to bring her into place. Let's see how long it is without any of the bits and pieces on. Well, to here, she's about to where we start here on this, it's 5.5. Then this is 7. and another 5.5. So 11, and that's 18 right there. So I think we're going to be at the length we want it. We probably don't even need the extender magnet, but I think I'll put it on it anyway. If it gets purchased by somebody and they don't like the extender magnet, we can always take it off because we'll have the other pieces in place. So now what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up these. And as I say, I have decided to jump ring these guys on, so I don't have to try and find the spots right away and then wrap them in the links, because even though that would look cool, it'll be a job. So we're going to just wrap all these up. You know, it can be done to hardwire them into the into this link. It's just that you'll notice how much the other pieces got in the way when I did these two pieces, and this would be worse because there's a lot more to it here, so it would just be really difficult. So it's not really worth that extra bit of effort to not just use the jump rings. And I do believe I have some, yeah, I've got some Tinky Tot gold ones. So with a little luck, those will wrap into there just fine and not give me any problems. So we'll just start wrapping these guys up. Up, you went down. No going down. Boy, this wire just wants to drop down the bar. Cut the excess. And tuck that bit in. Didn't cut as much as I wanted to, so we'll have to probably try and cut a little more off. One. I'm going to get my, sometimes my flat nose help. These little flat nose that we got from Randy that are the same type of company as these little ones, they sometimes help with the holding of the loops for some reason. I don't know why, but I like them, so that maybe that's why. So let's get this extra cut off here. Come on, tuck in. 2. Okay, so now this is the middle one, the long one. No wiggling. And last one. Now this wire's facing downwards some, so what I'm going to do is move it up some. I like them to be either even or facing up, going up a little bit when I start my wrap, because that way I don't have to worry so much about it dropping down and going way down on the base wire, so it's like halfway down it instead of right where I'm at. And that cut a lot longer than I wanted it to again, so I may end up having to get the little clipper out again. We'll see here. If I can get it to go up higher. There we go. Still isn't. Okay, there we go. Aren't these cute little things? These are specifically made for getting into those teeny little spots that the other ones don't want to get into. But the tip works really well for when you want to cut those little bits off. I think I got those at, what is it? I get an ad from them every once in a while asking me if I want to buy their flesh cutters, and then they advertise a whole bunch of other stuff at the same time. Can't remember what they're called. I think it's wirejewelry.com or jewelrywire.com, something like that. See how many of these I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't want to use these on these anyway. I got just enough, but I was thinking I'd use this towards the back somewhere. We'll see. I want to try my Tinky Tots is what we want to use on this. I'll just drop some out here. Oh, there's a big one. That's good because I needed it for the back. Oh, it sounds like my kitties just knocked something over. But I'm not going to worry about it right now. Now, the first thing we want to do is find out where this middle one actually goes to. So we'll take our piece and our lovely little magnets gathering stuff again. Fold it in half. And it looks like we're right here. This one right here. I'm going to take a Sharpie and make a little mark on it so I can see where it is. Now your Sharpie will, even though it's supposed to be permanent, it will mark, you can rub it off of this metal. I'm going to put it this way so I can see my mark. Then we're going to get one of these Tinky Tots. And we're going to, hopefully it will work on here all right with no problem. It's right here. Wants to get away from me here. Let's make sure to stop dropping it. Oh, I don't think this is even the right one. It's not open at all. So we'll just open this one up. And I think I need to open it pretty wide to go over this loop. Yeah, I did. Okay, then this one. There's our first drop on. Now the thing I have to do now is decide where I want little magnets grabbing again, where I want the other two to go, because we do want them to go up the edges. But I'm thinking I'm going to come down from this side, either 4 or 5. 5 will be right here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be right here. And then I'd have to find the middle of these two. And I think that's how we're going to do it. So here's how she's looking so far. So we're going to go at 5, as I decided, here on the edges here. So grab another Tinky Tot. And open it up pretty wide. It needs to go pretty wide to get over the loop here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And put our piece on. Close her up. Now, I'll warn you, there's not a lot of working room here. So if you're going to do something like this, you need to remember you're going to have to be really careful, because you don't have a lot of space, because the Tinky Tots are, well, tinky. Okay. There's this one. Let go of my ruler. This little magnet is becoming irritating. So now for this one on this side, then we have to split the difference between here and here for our last one here, which actually I could do right now for this side. Might as well. So we're going to take our pieces, and then we're going to fold it. Make sure that when you have it folded, they're about in the same spot here. As far as their rings are concerned. Then you roll up here and see where we are here, which is right here, which looks to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we've got an even amount, so I'm just going to put it on 6 on this side over here instead of worrying about being directly in the middle. Now, if I'd put this on 4 instead of 5, it would have had a directly in the middle one, but I did not, so we have to make do with what we did. Unless we want to move it, which I still could do if I wanted to move it over 1. And maybe that's what we'll do, and then we definitely will have it in the middle, so we'll go to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move that one over, and it'll be 7. So that was just an arbitrary decision on to put it onto 4, so we'll move it and put it onto 3. Then everybody's at an even distance. So here we go. Move this baby over onto the next one over. So I have to open this baby back up. Come on, baby, come off. I think I'm ruining this Tinky Tot, which, you know, I can get another one out, but yeah, it's a little mangled. So we will just throw it away and get a new one. So we decided on 3 over here instead of 4. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. Where did I put my drop? Now we close this baby up. And this half is done as far as the dangles are concerned. And you twisted yourself. Fix you. There we go. And we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in between. 6, yep. So we'll get 2 more of these out and do 6 and then 6. I knew I had them out still. Come on, let this piece go on. There we go. Go right here. A little bit more, but there we go. Stop snapping. And that snap broke. Put a snag in the jump ring, so I may be switching that out. See how bad that is. Guess it's not real bad. Okay, so now we've come this far. We've got all of our bits and pieces down around the bottom here. What do we hang? Oh, it went under the mat. So we got, now we have 2 more steps. That's to put on the closures and then to put on our little side chains. That is one thing to check for, though. When you have a snap like that, run your finger over your jump ring, because sometimes when it snaps, it pulls a little chunk of metal away, and then, of course, you've got the problem of that your jump ring has got a little snag on it, and you don't want that when you're selling a piece, because then you might snag your customer, scratch them with those. So we're gonna put this big jump ring on one side of our chain. And this was open a little bit, so what I'm doing here is wiggling it back and forth with slight forward pressure to bring my jump ring back together without yanking it too much. So that's that one. So now I think we had, did we have 5 in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So we have one more, so I can put, oh, you've got, oh, it's on there. I can put this jump ring, the big jump ring, on with one of these, and I'm going to just dump them out because I'm going to use all of these when I put the side chains on. And I'm going to make sure my chain's not knotted up here. Then we'll grab the bottom one and grab our lobster claw and close this jump ring up. There we go. So now the back is done. What this does with your magnetic clasp here is you've got this teeny jump ring on this side, or I should say lobster claw. So open it up, put it over your other jump ring you've got right here. Should be big enough. There we go. If it's not, you can change it out to a bigger one. But then now it's a magnetic clasp, but it still has the jump ring if you'd rather use the jump ring. And you could add a little more chain there also if it needs some more sizing. So there's the back done. Now we just have to do the sides. So what we're going to do with the sides is we're going to pull them up a little bit. We're going to pull our chain like so, because this is how it would be if it was being worn. and then pull these out some. This is a little crooked. Straighten you up. Okay. Now we got to decide how long we want our chains that will pull these pieces so they stay pulled apart, so they don't try and push in on each other. Oh, thank you, PK. So what we need to do right now, oh, I'm going to need a few more jump rings. I didn't think of that. We need 4 for each side, not just 2. So that's all right. We'll just get some big jump rings and put them in. But what we're going to do now is we're going to take and decide how long we may want this first one to be. So we want it to stay open. So probably about, come here you, because you're bumping it up and making it be bigger than I want it to be. I may just work on the bottom one first. And if we decide they're too long, we can always shorten them. I'm thinking I'll make it right here for our bottom one. So we'll get our heavy clippers out and clip this chain in half. And then I'll get a second piece, this length. Where's my awl? There it is. The tip of this awl is bent. This is my older one. So we want to cut this one right here. And I'll decide the second one's length after I get the first one in. And I'm going to use, is that jump ring bigger? Sort of looks like it might be. Well, if it is, we'll see. Anyway, this is going to fix onto the bottom here and then onto the chain. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Now this chain is slightly different colored. I had one that was closer in color, but it was thinner, and I don't want anything too thin because it would be, well, too thin. So now this is we have to decide where we want to put this up into the regular chain so that it will stay in place better. So we want it to pull this over here to the regular chain, but we don't want it so far that it bunches it. So I'm thinking about here. Oh, you have the jump. You have the silly thing. Just put it through both links here, and then the little chain. And close her up. Okay. Stop it. See how that's pulling it up to the side there and not letting it stay way down on the, so it makes it, brings it up to the, so we're going to do the same on this side. I have to figure out about how far up I went. So let's go here. And it looks like it's about right. Nope, a little bit further. And you're bunched. That magnet is really getting to be an irritation. Close and go away and give me my jump ring. Okay. So it goes in, looks like this one right here. Dang it, stop it. That time I didn't do any damage, so that's good. Now see the chains now on the side. Oh, this one's kinked a little bit. Is keeping the necklace from pulling up. And I could stop right here, and I may just do that because I don't really think it needs the other one, though I do notice that this last one keeps turning itself. And I don't know that putting another one on is going, well, maybe it wasn't turned. It looked like it was, but there we go. I guess, yep, that's it. So I think I may just leave a second set of chain off. I was more or less doing that just for aesthetics anyway, because I think this one will do just fine. So I think we're done. So there she is, all wadded up with her magnet up there. But there is how this looks. Now, if I wanted to, I could have moved these little guys all the way to the end and then put these in the middle so that there wouldn't be any gap there at the end. And, but I think it works just as is. That chain is twisted. There we go. It's untwisted there. But let's turn up and I'll put it on and let you see what it looks like on, because I think that's going to make a difference to the way it's hanging, of course. So hopefully it won't make it look chunky or bad, and because I will have to fix it if it does. So let's turn. So here we go. Let's make sure our chains aren't twisted up. Go. Oops. You wanted to grab everything and now you don't want to grab yourself. heard. Oops, in my earring. But see how that secondary chain here pulls this piece up so it doesn't create a big gap. There we go. There's something snaggy right here. I felt it as I moved my hand across it. I think it's probably one of the jump rings that holds the piece together. Now I can't feel it when I took it off. Huh. I'm thinking, there we go. This jump ring isn't quite closed. Got a little gap in it. So we'll get that fixed right now. There we go. So that's done. But there it was our necklace. Oh, come on, stop. Like I said, this magnet is truly irritating the crud out of me. But there she is, all finished. Like I say, I do have enough beads if I wanted to make a couple more dangles to put on the end there. But if I were to do that, I'd want to move the inner ones in. So I probably won't. But I like the way it looks. Get my earring out of you. The secondary chain did pull this up as I was hoping it would, and keeping it from doing a bunch too much. Now, if you wanted this a little shorter, and it actually might look better with a little shorter, you can, and it takes the irritation off too, open up this jump ring and then take off the tiny jump ring on the other side, this one. Take our irritating little magnet off. And now we just have the jump ring. Which makes it a little bit shorter. And I actually think I might like it better this length. Sorry, I'm thinking I feel another snag. And I do. But that's all right. I will check all the jump rings that hold the big main piece together after we go off the air. But see there how that looks? Let's get my earrings out of the way. There we go. And like I say, I think I like it better without the magnet in there. The length, and this magnet was irritating the crud out of me anyway because it wanted to keep grabbing things. So I am going to take it and leave it out. So we'll just put it back in the bag with the odds and end things we have left. And I may make some earrings to match, just like this dangle right here, because I do have 6, I think, of the big brown beads left. Yeah, 6. So with 4, I could make a set of earrings to match it. And I do have another little hunk of chain there too. So if I wanted to put in a little chain and then our dangle, I could do that also. I'm not going to do that on air. We are already over our hour. So there is our necklace all finished. I think it turned out nicely. I like it anyway. And I hope you did too. And we can probably say goodbye. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we have been making this lovely necklace that I have on using our Thunder Horse Descendant Found Objects Challenge bundle. You can get them from Thunder Horse Descendant at the beginning of the month, generally only. She takes them off after a while, because it is a challenge. And they cost, I think it's $8.30 now. So not much. They're not the same. You will not get these pieces. Everything's different if you order one. So, but this was from mine. I like it. I also made this necklace from mine. I mean, this bracelet from mine. So lots of goodies. But the thing is to, with this challenge from Thunder Horse to Sin is to make something that you sort of challenges your way of doing things. This was definitely a challenge for me. I have never made a necklace like this before, but I had fun with it. I think it looks nice. So anyway, that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow for a recorded video, but we won't see you for live again until next Tuesday. So we'll see you later. Bye-bye.